There came a time when the sky forgot us. No clouds, no wind, only the sound of dry earth cracking beneath our feet. Our land was suffering. I knew I needed to do something.
Doña Polonia was so well known because she was a healer and a midwife. She was so good that people came from all over, as far as San Francisco. She cared for people deeply in this town and was very loved by the whole town. Her grandfather helped build the mission in this adobe. She lived here most of her life. So she grew all her own herbs right out of here in the yard. We took over in the 70s when the owner, Forrest Donovan, called and he said, "Lorie, will you help with this adobe? I am so afraid that all the cars going in and out are going to disturb this adobe." Everybody in town was preserving everything they could find that was old. So it was a real wonderful time. I'm very worried about the history of this town as kind of losing its value, which is too bad.
When the Historical Society took over the adobe, there were hundreds of herbs hanging from the roof. Doña Polonia would actually grow her own herbs and spices all around this property. She would then dry them, mash them, turn them into tinctures, and she would cure people with her little tonics.
Before the drought, this garden was green with medicine. Now it struggles, but still it gives. I tend the plants the earth entrusted to us, sage to cleanse, mugwort to soothe, yerba santa for colds, and the strong willow bark for pain. I mix, grind, dry, and listen. The plants speak softly, telling me who needs what, which leaf is ready, which branch still holds life.
There was a period of time at the mission where they didn't have a priest. She would actually teach religious education to the children of the community. She actually encompassed a lot of different roles as a member of this community. What happened was in 1890, we had this really terrible drought. There were a lot of droughts, but this one in particular was really brutal.
It hasn't rained for a while. I was surprised when they came to me to ask me to take the children in the hills to pray for rain. This was my opportunity to teach them about prayer and how important it is, and also to know that our Father in heaven is watching over us and listens to our requests. I was so overjoyed to walk the land and see the children behind me with their sticks, waving them in the air. I was so proud of them, knowing what they were going to be accomplishing. And as we walked, the wind began to blow, but I knew that our Heavenly Father was going to listen to our pleas. And we walked a long time. And when we got to the water, and we began to feel the clouds and the wind, and the little whirlwinds were swirling the remolinas, it was just amazing. And the next thing you know, it got dark. And the clouds were gathering together. And then I felt sprinkles, and I looked at my hands and I saw water dripping. I knew God would send a blessing of water.
Doña Polonia created this miracle of rain. She is our saint in all of our hearts here in the city of San Juan Capistrano.
It's not just the history that's important here, but the people who lived here. They leave the sense of being. And I believe that we are not paying enough attention to our history in this town at the moment. So I will, as long as I'm here, this building nothing will happen to it. We will take care of it, and we have for over 50 years.
We hear very little about our history, and it's up to us. It is to make that exciting again. And I've watched you, and the people are so excited to hear your stories. I love telling it. I know you do. And that just shows your love for the adobe from her and how important it is.
I say hello to her. I thank her for her presence.
That's wonderful.
I burn a little Palo Santo and I turn on the Inca music. And when I leave, I thank her as well. And I say goodbye to her, and I treat her as she's there, because I do feel her presence and her energy.
I just want to thank you for being the next generation, actually, because I have total trust in you.
Thank you.
And I know you will take over and do what the adobe needs.
Thank you,
and what
Lord.
Doña Polonia needs.
Thank you. I love and respect you, and I want to thank you for all the knowledge that you've given me and for allowing me this opportunity. It's so special.
I leave my story in the soil. Whoever tends it keeps me alive. As long as the land remembers my name, I am still here.